The fact that at minimum we're going to pay U.S. sitting senators $8 million while we dismantle health care for people, while they can't afford to buy meat and coffee and groceries.
I was very angry about it. I was. And a lot of my members called me and said, "Did you know about it?" We had no idea. That was dropped in at the last minute. And I did not appreciate that. I think that was way out of line. I don't think that was a smart thing to do. I don't think it was the right thing to do.
A last-minute addition to the funding bill aimed at ending the U.S.'s longest government shutdown has sparked anger among both Democrats and Republicans. The amendment, introduced by Senate Majority Leader John Thune, would permit senators to sue the federal government for up to $500,000 if their phone records are searched in connection with the January 6th investigation. The debate highlights the lasting political impact of the shutdown and shows deep disagreements in Congress over transparency and accountability. While government functions have resumed, the late-stage amendment has stirred renewed partisan conflict, with Republicans clashing with their leadership and Democrats alleging self-interest. This disagreement may also complicate upcoming budget discussions and further diminish public confidence in lawmakers, particularly as scrutiny intensifies over their management of the shutdown. On November 12th, during the Rules Committee hearing, House Minority Whip Katherine and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries blasted Republicans for dismantling Medicaid to fund those 8 senators probed during the Arctic frost investigation last month.
This particular provision would be outrageous in the best of times. To say that we are going to use our appropriations process to put in specific personal payments to 8 specific senators in relation to an investigation. This is guaranteed money, as our colleague from Georgia pointed out. It is outrageous. And I heard our colleague, and I appreciated his comments and his candor about it. But what struck me was his reluctance to act in this moment. This is exactly the moment where we are not Democrats or Republicans, we're Americans who have identified something wrong, a payout in a bill, when Americans are waving their hands and saying, we're not making it in this economy, we're not making it in this system. We have to hold ourselves accountable. And if we cannot reject and demand that that get out and proceed quickly with our work, then I would question what you think you're doing here. I don't think we have heard a single person try and muster any defense of this payout that was snuck into this bill. And the fact that at minimum we're going to pay U.S. sitting senators $8 million while we dismantle health care for people, while they can't afford to buy meat and coffee and groceries, they can't afford their electric bills. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? We have to be able to say no to this. This is blatant corruption and payouts that were snuck in, and we have to do this now. There's no excuse in the world for not acting.
GOP lawmakers revealed that the FBI had subpoenaed phone records of 8 senators and 1 House member around the January 6th Capitol riot. The new last-minute amendment in the bill allows those Republican senators to sue the federal government over actions linked to special counsel, Jack Smith's Trump investigation phone, and internet providers must now notify Senate offices if authorities request senators' data. Unless the senator is under criminal investigation, lawmakers can seek up to $500,000 per violation, plus legal fees for improper access to their records. The measure applies retroactively to cases since January 2022, allowing senators targeted in 2023 to pursue legal action during the Arctic frost probe. The proposal has drawn criticism from both Democrats and Republicans, who argue it grants unique legal privileges to a select group of lawmakers. Speaker Johnson expressed outrage over the last-minute bill provision and called it way out of line. He said he was very angry after learning the measure was added without notice to the clean continuing resolution.
You said earlier that you would repeal that FBI provision that's in the bill right now. Do you have assurances from Leader Thune that he will bring it up in the Senate?
I did call Leader Thune this morning. I want to say that he's a principled leader. I've enjoyed working with him. We've got a great working relationship and a good friendship. He's a trustworthy, honest broker. And that's why I was so surprised when we found out about that provision. It was put in our clean CR at the last moment. I'm just be honest, I'm very transparent with you all. I was very angry about it. I was. And a lot of my members called me and said, did you know about it? We had no idea. That was dropped in at the last minute. And I did not appreciate that, nor did most of the House members. Many of them are very angry about that. So we will be bringing that up. We'll probably pass it on suspension early next week, and we'll send it over to the Senate. I had a conversation with Leader Thune early this morning about it. I think he regretted the way it was done, and we had an honest conversation about that. I didn't ask him for any commitment at that time because I had a lot on my plate today, and I've been busy ever since that conversation we had early this morning. But I'm going to speak as truthfully to him as I am to all of you and tell you that I think that was way out of line. I don't think that was a smart thing to do. I don't think it was the right thing to do, and the House is going to reverse it. We're going to repeal that, and I'm going to expect our colleagues in the Senate to do the same thing.
Mr. Speaker, you said that you're for full transparency. So why not just urge all your Republicans to vote for this Massey Connell bill on the Epstein files next week? Put out all the files. Let the American public judge for themselves what these files are all
Thank you
about.
for asking the question. We have been for maximum transparency of the Epstein files from the very beginning. What I was opposed to is the reckless disregard that was used in drafting the discharge petition. And we've been over this many times, but it was not drafted in such a way that it would adequately protect innocent victims.
Did outrage from both Democrats and Republicans change anything? The answer is no. Democrats tried to remove the last-minute provision, but their amendment was rejected by the House Rules Committee. Some Republicans sympathized but opposed changes, citing delays that could have extended the 43-day government shutdown. Despite opposition, the House passed the funding bill, ending the record-long shutdown, with 6 Democrats joining Republicans in the vote.